Et puis à Paul. Il nous présente la partie stockage. Gestion de stockage, la compression. Serveur Final Cut pour la gestion du contenu, le management du contenu, le workflow. Du professionnel en démonstration sur un produit de professionnel. Voilà.
Okay, so there is the dialogue. Let's just zoom into that a little bit, make that a little bit bigger. And as you can see by looking at the waveform, well, first off, that first clip, there's a lot of dead space in the beginning, so let's just trim that up. Take a look at what happens in Soundtrack Pro with the cursor. Without any modifier keys, as I roll the cursor over the edge of the clip, you'll see that it changes. It's contextual sensitive. It knows where it is, and it knows what the tool is supposed to do. So to turn this into a trim tool, I simply hover the mouse over here, it changes, and now I can go ahead and trim that shot up. But even still, as I trim that, we're going to have a harsh transition from dead silence to that very slight background music. So we want to transition into that. To add a crossfade, I simply put the mouse at the top of that clip, and you see the tool changes again. No modifier keys, and I've now dragged out a crossfade. Just like that, I can create the crossfade into there. So now as I play that through, it's not too bad. Alright, so we've got that in place. Now we go on to the next track.
It's a Ducati.
And as you can probably hear and definitely see, there's a lot of background noise in there. Now, for this particular shot, the sound engineer on set heard all the background noise, knew that it was a bad take. The director decided not to reshoot it at the time, decided they would shoot it later, do some ADR, dialogue replacement, do the shot in a studio. And so what we need to do now is take that ADR, take those 3 different takes that we had, and composite a new take for this shot. Let's go ahead and select that piece. I'm going to open up my multi-take editor window here. Let's make it a little bigger. I'm going to convert that to a multi-take clip. From here, I want to go ahead and add all my different takes. Let's just go ahead and add 1, 2, and 3 different takes in here. And now what happens is I click on each one of these takes. Up at the top here, you see that I have my composite. This is the final composite that I've created using the 3 or 4 takes down below. And as I click on each one of these, you'll see how the waveform changes, not only in the composite, but also in the timeline here. So, starting off with that, let's go ahead and listen to the 3 different takes. Here's number 1. George, can we get a little more volume, I think, out here? Let's go again.
Of course. It's the Ducati.
Thank you, George. And the last one here.
Of course. It's a Ducati.
Okay, so 3 different takes. Now I know that I like the of course from this take and the it's a Ducati from this take. So to slice and dice, I simply grab the razor blade tool, put a cut in there, go back to the arrow tool, and now, as I select the different front and back ends, take a look at the waveform. You'll see how it's combining the 2 different takes together. So we're going to go ahead and select these 2 right here, and let's play it again.
Of course. It's a Ducati.
Okay, so it sounds better, but you may have noticed that the timing wasn't quite right. We're a little bit out of sync in there. And you can see that pretty clearly from the waveform. There's the original it's, and there's the new one. So all we need to do is slide that over, get that into place, and now as I play it back again, we should be totally in sync.
Of course. It's a Ducati.
And there we have it. So we've done our basic composite of our 3 different takes in there. Now here's the finalized take. If I wanted to go ahead and modify that some more, I could. We're going to move on now to the next step, which is our Foley sounds. Let's go ahead over here to my file editor, and I'm going to open up this little guy here. This